map, they have many countries in there because that is the countries of the earth. And the country of the earth have many countries. You cannot know that is a very different country. You can really work and learn about the others countries because they have many countries that is Canada, Mexico, England, Africa, race, the Netherlands, and Japan, and the Netherlands, and all the others countries. But you know what Australia is? Do you see that? And they was all the way small in there because they have all many water around it, and that island is very small, much smaller than the others island is. But Mexico is very small, much smaller than the Australia. But Mexico is very big, much big in Japan. But do you see something different? They is a very small land in it. This called England. We talk about the England in the last lesson too. And in Australia, we learn about many animals in the world map. And we learn about Africa, Mexico, England, Canada, Japan, Israel, England, and the Netherlands. And we talk about Australia too. And we can learn more about Australia this lesson. And today we will learn more of Australia too. And in Australia, we can learn about the kookaburra, kangaroo, koala, platypus, wombat, and the coot. And the coot is very funny name. Can you remember? And the silly animals, do you remember that called the platypus? And the platypus, do you remember that they use their what to dig in the sand of the ocean? They use their bill or beak or bill, and they will use that, looks like a shovel, and they will dig the sand, and they will dig a very big hole in the sand, and they dig more for the very big hole to have the water inside it. And they go inside that hole that they dig, and they dig more of the sand in that sand ocean because they have a lot of eels and they have various jellyfish, sea snails, and sea urchins. And the jellyfish, eels, sea snail, and sea urchins, they can sting you and you will get hurt. Then you get hurt and you have to go into the hospital and you won't get the doctor. But don't scare, they don't hurt you. But you have to always be careful with the eels, jellyfish, and the sea snail and sea urchins of that animals, that creatures in the ocean. You have to very be careful. But that eel, jellyfish, sea snail, and that sea urchins, they can sting you, but they cannot sting the platypus. The platypus will see that and eat it. They can eat all of the creatures that are very small in the ocean, but they cannot eat the shark. But the whale, the mammal whale, can eat the sharks because the mammal whales are very big creatures of the ocean. There is a king of the oceans. And we can see the platypus in Australia. You can see them walk just like a penguin. And they just look like a penguin. They're not the penguin, but they walk just like a penguin. But they cannot stand up. They will be very, very short because they have 4 legs. They cannot stand up. They just want to crawl around the countries of them, and they will use their tails. Do you know what they use their tail to protect them? They use their tails when the eel come up to sting them. They will whack the tails and glide the tails of her into the eel face, and the eel will go into their face and they will run from the eels, and the eel will get their lectures out, but the platypus can get them out the lecture of the eels. The platypus will go in the other side of the ocean to protect him, and they will go and find a big rock know that the stingray in Vietnam, that is the stingray in Vietnam is green or gray or light green. But in Australia, they have a stingray that have black and gray, just like in Vietnam, but they have dark blue stingray. And God made the stingray special just two. But in Australia, in Vietnam, the animals don't like to eat stingray. But in Vietnam, the animals, the sea creatures in the ocean, they don't like to eat stingrays, but the shark do like it. But in Australia, all of the sea creatures like to eat the stingray of Australia, but the shark does not, because in Australia is very kind of opposite countries. God made the countries always different, food different, creatures different, animals different, and the other things in your house and outside or in the sky very the same, or sometimes they're a little bit different. So sometimes is in Australia, you can see the platypus, wombat, the kookaburra, and kangaroo koala in Australia. But do you remember that the koalas, their feet is your feet is have 5 fingers, and your hands too. The koalas have 3 fingers and 2 thumbs to help them to climb. But do you remember that their legs only have 3 fingers, and they use the 3 thumbs in their legs. The fingers that have a big fingers that called the thumbs, and the koala has 2 thumbs in their hands and 3 thumbs in their legs. And God made the others animals special too. And God always perfect. They don't make the animals silly, because God always perfect and good. They don't hurt you. They always make you happy. But in Christmas time, God was born. You can get God don't born anymore, because God made your countries very good.